second part, because this is very, very important. There's no polite way of saying this. But at a time when India is undertaking a massive outreach to put its point across to the world on the back of Operation Sindoor, our opposition is asking the wrong questions. Questions that are designed to weaken India's moral case by hyphenating it with Pakistan. The first blow has been struck by calling EAM, or the External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar, a traitor for this remark. Listen to this remark.
Start of the operation, we had sent a message to Pakistan saying we are striking at terrorist infrastructure, we are not striking at the military, so the military has an option of standing out and not interfering in this process. They chose not to take that good advice.
Now viewers, the entire Congress ecosystem has pounced on three words: at the start of. At the start of the operation, we had sent a message to Pakistan. Now the entire opposition Congress-led ecosystem says that Dr. Jaishankar has committed treason by tipping off the Pakistani military establishment about India's plans and thereby exposing the armed forces to losses. Rahul Gandhi says, informing Pakistan. Now remember, they say that EAM said at the start of Operation Sindoor. So he says, Rahul Gandhi says, informing Pakistan at the start of our attack was a crime. Jaishankar has publicly admitted that government did it. Who authorized it? How many aircraft did our Air Force lose as a result? Aditya Thackeray has come out and said, Jaishankar said we informed Pakistan beforehand about the attack. Isn't this treachery? The India bloc, viewers, is refusing to let it go despite the MEA issuing a clarification on record. The MEA said, External Affairs Minister stated that we had warned Pakistan at the start that India will retaliate to any escalation, which is clearly the early phase after Operation Sindoor's commencement. This is being falsely represented as being before the commencement, unquote. At the start, he meant generically, viewers, saying that at the very beginning, we told them that, look, you have done what you have done in Pahalgam. Our response, and even the Prime Minister said, will be against your armed forces. Will not be against your armed forces, but will be against the terror infrastructure. How does that translate into a betrayal, treachery? I don't know. Has the opposition any sense they would have heard what India's DGMO had to say? In fact, the EM statement is a facsimile of what the military has put out. Listen.
Being well aware and familiar with the congenital and impulsive nature of our adversary, and even though we did attempt to reach out and communicate our compulsions to strike at the heart of terror to my counterpart in the immediate wake of Operation Sindoor, the request was brusquely turned down, with an intimation that a severe response was inevitable and in the offing. We were, of course, prepared.
With an intimation that a severe response was inevitable and in the offing. Shockingly, this facile controversy has only served Pakistan's interest, that has splashed Rahul Gandhi's statements to suggest that India exaggerated its military achievements to cover for its own substantial losses. Of course, this isn't the first time the Congress ecosystem and the Pakistani state put themselves echoing each other, viewers. On 370, they mirrored each other. That was the statement. The Congress said, protested against abrogation, Pakistan campaigned for its restoration. Balakot strike, Pakistan denied that India's Balakot strike was successful. Congress said nothing happened in Balakot. Surgical strike couldn't be seen. On CA, Pakistan slammed the I.N.D.I.A legislation, calling it discriminatory against Indian Muslims. Congress intoned, CA is patently discriminatory against Muslims. It must go. Let me open this up. Viewers,